Well, dye my hair red and call me Sally. On something you would only expect to see on the set of an triple X porn movie, things like that are happening in the Kentucky court system. This is the Cop-Arazzi, the man that goes out and protects citizens' constitutional rights. Don't sit at home. I grab my camera. I go out there. You violate a citizen's rights. The last person you're going to want to see is me. The Cop-Arazzi, giving you the story about Judge Gentry. Judge Gentry, what are you doing? Let's find out. Judge Gentry's having menage a trois in her chambers and pressuring lawyers into more than two people in intimate scenarios, let's just say, for the YouTube monitors out there. Anyways, the judge was said to give unfavorable treatment to those that turned her down. This is Judge Gentry right here in all her glory. This is the only time in the day she has all her clothes on. She usually lifts up her robe and invites everybody under. There might be somebody underneath that desk right now. That's why she's smiling. Anyways, Judge Gentry was married to a pastor. He was involved in one of these threesomes in the chambers, but now she's divorcing him, and she's involved with a guitar player, a country guitar player named Stephen Penrose. Here's Mr. Penrose right there. The judge and him are in a band together. Judge allegedly pressured a member of the court to retire, and then she hired Penrose. Penrose actually works in the court with the judge now. This judge is known for, or is alleged to do all kinds of misdeeds as far as campaign allegations in which she had people working on taxpayer time on her campaign. Here she is in that country band looking at Stephen Penrose like he's a Garth Brooks. She can't wait to go backstage with him and about 15 of the bar patrons. Oh, Mrs. Gentry. Anyways, this is Mrs. Schultz, who was on a child abuse panel with Mrs. Gentry. She tried to get, Judge Gentry tried to get Mrs. Schultz, Catherine Schultz, to send messages via Snapchat to Brian Gentry, the pastor, to try and catch him up in infidelity. So she wouldn't have to pay in divorce proceedings. She wouldn't have to pay the alimony, because we all know we are paying out the nose for these judges, right? They're not cheap. So taxpayer money, she wants all that taxpayer money for herself. It's also alleged that Judge Dawn Gentry had people working on her campaign on state time, on company hours, on the taxpayer's dime. She is alleged to do multiple improprieties besides lifting up her robe and inviting everybody under. She's let him get drunk on the job. She's involved in campaign misdeeds, fettering away taxpayer money. This is look at Mrs. Gentry. She couldn't be happier, right in the middle of two men. This isn't the first time. This is probably the fifth time that day this Mrs. Gentry has been in this position. It's only the first time they actually had their clothes on. Mrs. Gentry, oh, how dare you? How dare you? So she's in a country western band. She's divorcing a pastor. She's trying to set him up for infidelity. What is going on in Kentucky? They're getting wild down there in the Bible Belt. They're undoing their belts in the Bible Belt. If Mrs. Judge Gentry is deciding the case, I find you guilty and sentence you to 5 hours in my chambers with no clothes on. Judge Gentry, we don't want to pay for you anymore. Get her out of elected office, because judges are elected office. So, hey, she might win. If there's a lot of men in that county, she might actually she might be a runaway winner next time. Anyways, this is the Cop-Arazzi, the new channel. You violate people's rights, and the last person you're going to want to see is me. Subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell so we can beat YouTube's algorithm. You don't want to see Al Roker, that heavy-set African-American gentleman, telling you the weather in Tulsa when you live in Tallahassee. You want the Cop-Arazzi. Remember, if you go before Judge Gentry, always wear protection, even if it's a speeding ticket.